At the risk of giving an internet troll more attention, I want to address a piece that Taylor Lorenz wrote yesterday for Wired.
I'm going to be responding to some of the things that Cohen says in this video.
There are people like Taylor Lorenz who are desperate to tear the left apart, and in fact, it becomes clear who her efforts help when you hear stuff like this.
Genuinely, I kind of like Taylor Lorenz because I know that she actually believes what she says. You know what I'm saying?
So yeah, I generally don't align myself with friends of Tucker Carlson and Candace Owens.
I'm actually going to start at the end of his video because that was just really nasty. For people who claim to be different from the right and not engage in misinformation, disinformation, misrepresentation, some of y'all, like Cohen in this video, tend to do it a lot. This was a lazy attempt to make it seem as if Taylor was a Republican. And I know Cohen was looking for a gotcha because if you go to the video where that clip comes from, you would find this.
Realize like Taylor Lorenz is obviously kind of deranged. Her views are like repugnant to me. What's
She's more
going
sincere.
on?
I disagree with her on everything.
The clip that Cohen showed you was just Owens and Carlson saying that they like Taylor because she believes the things she says she believes in, right? But if you watch the video, you'll see that they disagree with her on literally everything. There are literally multiple instances of Carlson speaking outwardly against Lorenz. Like I said, real crummy. Cohen, did you get like your interns to just find some clip of a Republican saying something positive about Lorenz? You could spin it as if she's a secret Republican or something? Lazy. So let that be the intro into how the rest of this video is going to go.
Here's what Chorus is. It is a scholarship program to teach creators how to grow their accounts, foster engagement, launch their own shows, and become profitable on their own. We pay people to show up to workshops and technical trainings to optimize their content online.
That is quite different from how you described Chorus back in November when it launched.
Chorus is going to support left-wing creators in a bunch of tangible ways, funding editors and researchers and bookers, helping creators who are established on one platform make sure they've got a presence on the others, and coordinating our messaging.
Language of scholarship and workshops and technical trainings doesn't appear in the video from November. Why? You know what language he didn't use in the video I'm stitching, but he did use in November?
And coordinating our messaging.
What does coordinating messaging mean? Explain that to me.
There are zero restrictions on their content.
If that's the case, why did Chorus's lawyer, Graham Wilson, when he responded for comment to the Wired article after it got published, not clarify or refute or deny any of the claims made in the article? Here's some of the additions that were added to the article based on Graham Wilson's, response to comment. But if you want more information on that, Hawk has 2 great videos on the matter, so I'm going to tag them down below. Wilson doesn't even deny his own quote that was in the article when it was originally published. Why? Cohen is one of the co-founders of Chorus, along with Justin Cook and Stuart Perlmutter. Perlmutter was mentioned in the article. Cook and Perlmutter barely talk about being a part of Chorus, being founders of Chorus, with the exception of a few LinkedIn posts that barely got any views and YouTube videos that barely got any views, where they were trying to fundraise with a group called 31st String Swing Left. They barely talk about it. That's odd for co-founders of an organization, no? No legitimate active promotion, no permanent messages on their social media that they are co-founders of Chorus. That is weird. If the program works so well and all of y'all have amassed millions of followers combined on your personal pages, why are the official pages for Chorus barely getting any interaction, barely getting any engagement, barely getting any promotion? This is why it seems like there was an intention to not make much news about the program when it started in June. Y'all didn't even actively promote the application until the first cohort had already been assembled. Why? Okay, I was wrong a little bit on this. While I was editing this video, I did find one post back in May on their Blue Sky that got 7 likes and 2 reposts or whatever about the application for the incubator program. Besides that, nothing else. And their Twitter is deactivated. It wasn't deactivated a week ago. So, very odd.
On the literal first day of the program, it was made clear to all of the creators in our kickoff session that they were absolutely free to talk about Chorus. And we immediately followed up to confirm that in writing. Creators have videos about Chorus, they've got donation links to Chorus in their bios. I myself have made videos that were posted all over the internet about Chorus that reached hundreds of thousands of people. It is not a secret, and it never was.
Why did no one talk about it? From June, when the incubator program started, to August 27th, when the article got released, nobody in the cohort talked about being a part of Chorus. Nobody who was a part of Chorus originally back in November talked about Chorus or the incubator program in that time frame. Why? Someone can prove me wrong, please do it, because I've been searching, trying to find evidence of anybody talking about Chorus in that time frame. Can't find it, including Cohen.
There's the implication in the article that this is some arm of the DNC, or the Democratic Party. We have literally nothing to do with the DNC. I spend 0 minutes of my day thinking about the DNC.
Cohen, now that's a lie. That's a blatant lie. I literally hosted a DNC chair forum. Multiple creators, a part of Chorus, literally interviewed and talked with people who were running for the DNC chair position back in January. This is on y'all's public pages. Graham Wilson, who I mentioned earlier, who is Chorus's lawyer, works for Elias Law Group, which literally works to help Democrats get elected. Their words, not mine. 2 co-founders I mentioned earlier, Cook and Perlmutter, are literally heads of a group called Good Influence, an organization that, quote, creates meaningful impact for causes and campaigns through our network of powerful online messengers, and according to their website, worked with the Harrison Walls campaign. So I'm not claiming that the Democrats, the DNC, or any other Democrat Party committees were paying y'all to make content or do certain things, but the connections are there and they're deep.
Lorenz says that the 1630 Fund is, quote, a powerful liberal dark money group. 1630 Fund is our fiscal sponsor. One of the largest documented donors to 1630 Fund is the same person funding Meteor's Reporters in Residence program, which Taylor Lorenz herself is a part of.
And nowhere since the launching of Chorus do you or any of the other creators a part of Chorus talk about 1630 and how y'all were getting funded by 1630. Connection between Lorenz and Meteor and 1630 is public info. It was public info before before the article got released. The connection between Chorus and 1630, not public info before the article got released. Like I said earlier, I've been searching, looking for any mention of 1630 and the connection with Chorus before the article got released. Not one creator, including Cohen, can I find that talked about 1630, which at least shows to me that there may be some truth to the claims being made in the article. Nice attempt at a deflection, though.
I venture to guess that most Chorus creators, myself included on both YouTube and Substack, have spoken out against the atrocities in Gaza.
Now that's not true. You specifically, Cohen, I can't find a legitimate instance of you in depth talking about Gaza, Israel, Palestine. You may mention it here and there, but on your YouTube, can't find it. Maybe it's a clip in one of these videos, but it's not the main topic of the video. So again, why are you lying? And I looked at both his Twitter accounts too. Can't find much either. I didn't really have a problem with Brian Taylor Cohen before the article got dropped and even after the article got dropped until he made this video. I'm seeing him in an entirely different light, to be honest with you.